Okay, bye, love you. Okay. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the views on my last video. If you haven't watched that, I will link it down in the description box below. But today I'm going to be discussing mental health and relationships. So if that is something you want to hear me talk about, then just carry on watching. So for those of you who are long-time subscribers of my channel, you will know I talk about my mental health difficulties in relation to my daily life, in relation to school and therapy and stuff like that. But a topic I haven't really talked about here on my channel is how mental health affects my relationships. Today I'm not going to solely be talking about like romantic relationships, but I will be talking about that briefly. I think the majority of people who watch my channel are young girls between the ages of 13 and upwards, I suppose. If you are a young girl, hello. If you are not, also hello. I think when you're in secondary school, I know for me, I was definitely hyper aware of boys, and I went to obviously a mixed gender school, so boys were just in my sphere all the time. My mental health problems probably were in its full fruition when I was 15. So I think in that case, I kind of missed out on the whole, I don't know, like boy thing. I never had a boyfriend in school. I didn't ever date anyone in school. I wasn't really one to talk to boys. Like, you know, you had the occasion like BBM, but I wasn't really one to like message boys and like stuff like that. To be fair, like none of my friends, like my friendship group wasn't really like that, apart from one of my friends who did get a boyfriend when we were in year 11. So when I was in year 12, I was talking to a boy, and when I say talking to, we were not, this is so embarrassing. I never thought I would be talking about this on camera, ew. So when I say talking, we were literally just messaging, yeah. I'm like literally getting embarrassed now, ew. To be honest, I had like really fancied him from like 14 upwards, and even now I'm still like, he's absolutely gorgeous. When I was in year 12, obviously I was 16 going on 17. I don't think we would have ever been in like a long-term relationship, but I do think my mental illness kind of put pressure on our relationship as such. And we were kind of friendly with each other anyway, so that helped. And I did tell him everything. Then there wasn't really an everything, because I'd had one suicide attempt and had been self-harming, and that was kind of it, and like an eating disorder. So I guess there was quite a lot of stuff to tell him. But to be honest, even now I don't regret telling him. I don't regret like being honest. He was so good about it, like so good, like so positive. And to be honest, like, didn't care to the point, like, you know, like those who matter don't mind and those who mind don't matter, that kind of style. And he was really good, and he was like, you know, God's got more planned for you than you could ever know, and just really, really positive. And I think he said things that made me secure in then going on to tell other guys about it. But I did have a time once when I self-harmed, and I told him, and I do regret telling him that. He was really worried, and, you know, that was kind of sad to see someone else being sad for you. Throughout my mental health journey, when I've seen people physically be upset for me and be physically affected by me self-harming, that has always been a reality check. And then after that, like, we did have a conversation, and we both kind of just decided to end it and, yeah, just be friends. And, like, I think it was a good decision, and yeah, it was just definitely it was the right decision then, and I still like respect him for that, and I think that was definitely the right decision. And then I left in year 12, so nothing much really came of that. You know, said hello to each other in the corridor, like made conversation. It was just easy, and it was absolutely fine. Yeah, so that was like my first experience of having like telling a guy that I kind of fancied about my mental health difficulties. If you are watching this, you know who you are. So yeah, that's embarrassing. Props for you, like that was a really nice thing to do, and you handled it really well. Like, I'll talk a little bit about friends, and then I'll go back to relationships. My best friend Jo, who's been on my channel once before, and yeah, we are best friends. I love him so much. Yeah, we're really good friends, and we've been friends since we have been 14. We went to the same church, well, we go to the same church. We went to the same school and stuff like that, and he's at uni at the moment, and he's, while I'm actually filming this, he's in his exam, so he should be finishing in half an hour. Yeah, no, he's my best friend, and he's been through it all with me. And telling him that I self-harmed was horrible, is how I would describe it. Horrible. It wasn't his reaction that was horrible, it was just, I don't know, it was just seeing the look on his face that made it horrible. We were at a Christian festival called Soul Survivor. Basically, it's a Christian festival which used to be held in Somerset, but it's now held in Peterborough, and it is aimed at 14 to 17-year-olds, and yeah, it's just fabulous. I love it. That is where like my faith became its own. For those of you who don't know, I am a Christian. So we were camping, basically, not just us. What? Thank you. Nope. We went to get like a drink or something, and I was just like, okay, this is the first time that I've told anyone, actually. Yeah, no. I was 14, and I basically said, I think I was just like, I self-harm, and his face was just like, okay. And bless him now, like, we always talk about it, and it's so funny because he was like, well, what the hell do you expect me to say when you said, like, you know, you cut yourself? As a 14-year-old boy, what do you say to that? And yeah, he was the first person I told, and I think from then on, obviously, once you've told someone such a burden, it does feel like a weight lifted off your shoulder. The one thing I would say, when you're younger, you don't realise how much pressure it puts on someone else. And I was like, this guy can literally, he knows everything. As it is, Joe, if you're watching this, you're really smart. And yeah, like, I was like, he can just, like, he can solve all my problems, kind of, because he seemed to have all the answers. And that did affect our friendship in the sense that there was a lot of pressure and a lot of tension, because we used to argue a lot. He would be upset, and I would then feel guilty, and then I'd actually then be like, why are you upset? This is my problem, etc. And that did put a strain on our friendship in that sense. But then again, we might not be such good friends now if we did. And like, well, to me, like, I'm like, I tell him everything. Like, boys and girls can just be friends without wanting to kiss each other, which I don't want to kiss Joe because that would be gross. Ew. Yeah. This one is like a cringy one because it didn't end well, and basically I left school and went to college. And college was kind of where I found myself. Like, some people go to Bali, some people go to Africa. I went to college to find myself. Like, that was my thing. And I just felt so free to express myself. College taught me so much. I met the most amazing people. I had the best time. Like, literally, that was the best 2 years of my life that I've ever had. Hands down. Hands down. Long story short, we ended up, everything progressed quite quickly, and we saw each other like quite a lot. Basically, it just went, it went up and down very quickly. Like, it was just messy. I'm not good at telling people I self-harm, apart from when I told Joe, because that was in the right circumstance, and Joe's my best friend. And I can name him because we're still friends. I'm awful. How the hell do you say, like, now, if I got a boyfriend now that didn't know me at all, unless they'd seen this video, how am I going to say, yeah, I've had 2 suicide attempts, been in therapy for 1.5 years, got depression and on antidepressants, and I also had an eating disorder for a bit? Like, what? Where do you go from that? And I think the reason why it didn't work is because this guy was a fixer. He wanted to fix me, and by that point, I didn't need fixing. That's not really, I'm telling you, he got really angry, and not angry in the sense that he was like, I'm angry because you do this, kind of angry in the sense that he was just angry, and I was a bit like, okay. So basically that happened. I broke up with him like 5 days after Christmas. We only went out for like 2 months, don't even know if it was that long, and that kind of ended. I'm not, what is it? throwing shade. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Yeah, I saw him and he just blanked me and I was like, you know, you're like, I would say hello. I'd be like, if anything, I'd be like, hi. Like, that's what I do. Yeah, everyone's got their own problems. He had his problems, I had mine, but I was quite open about mine and was quite, I think he felt like I'd taken him along for the ride. I have been on one date, and it's not something that comes up on the first date. I personally wouldn't bring it up on the first date because there's no need. The guy that I went on a date with, I never saw him again, so there would have been no need to tell that, and that's just out in the sphere for someone to know. So yeah, if you are thinking of telling someone in the relationship, I would recommend telling them because it just clears the air if you are ready. But then again, you know, you don't want to be too heavy. Make sure you're sure, make sure you've talked to your friends that can advise you on whether it's good to tell that person or not. Guys are fixers in general. They want to like get everything and just fix you, and it's like, it's not really like that. And I think you need to know that guys shouldn't have to fix you. Your mental health problems are your mental health problems. It's your brain, it's what you have to deal with. And yeah, don't expect someone to fix you, but do be honest in a way that's going to help you, and don't emotionally manipulate them with your mental illness. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Sunday. No, I won't see you on Sunday because I'm changing my upload day because Sunday is just so inconvenient for me. Let's say see you next Wednesday because that is when I will likely next be uploading, but I'm trying to figure out a next upload day which is best for me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will link everything you need in the down bar below. Keep the comments coming. I love interacting with you guys down below, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!